Hi, I'm Stavros and welcome back to my Honda Civic Type R 2008 FN2 model. So you may remember the video I done last month, I think it was, down around the Ring of Kerry, checking out some of the scenic routes all around the ring. Well, this is a kind of an update to that video now, just to let you know what I like and dislike about the car, because there's a lot to dislike about it. But first of all, I'm going to start off with the update that I got done to the car, which is of the stereo. Now, this is the old stereo taken out of the car. So some of you with this particular model might think, hang on a minute, this is a Honda stereo. How can I possibly change it to a better stereo without getting the same model again? But you actually can. And we'll go in now and have a look at that stereo because it's pretty nice. So we will put our old unit in there, guys, and a word of warning, sharp edges on those old stereos. I just cut my finger there. Anyway, we will crack on and hop inside and give you a look at the new stereo. So it's a Pioneer AVH 280BT. That's the model number. And just look how neat it fits into the dashboard. Looks fantastic. And the vents come up through the old gap on the new one, and it's all one piece here. Very nice screen, so let's get it started up. And there's another annoying thing about this car, guys, that beeping noise. But anyway, this is the new stereo, so I am very happy with this unit. Obviously you have your radio, we can connect our iPod, we can have our phone here. Bluetooth for your phone, all your numbers will show up here, answer, receive calls, you can even play a DVD, so it's absolutely fantastic. Very, very happy with this. And you can even connect up a reversing camera to this screen if you wish, so very, very nice unit. And we have our USB connection is in the glove box here. So the wire is coming from in there into your glove box. So there's no wires showing. It's a very, very nice unit. So maybe I'll get a reversing camera fitted at one point. Who knows? But Honda were looking for about €700 for this unit. Crazy amount of money to pay. I got this Pioneer for €550. So it's a no-brainer with the amount of functions it has over the Honda unit. It's just absolutely fantastic to have. So let's go through some of the other issues I have with the car, guys. Some of the other head-wrecking issues. First of all, the tax. €710 to tax this car. It's just a crazy amount of money to pay. I mean, it's only a 2-litre, 198 brake horsepower engine, and you're paying €710. It's just crazy. And then there's the other issue. Insurance. Insurance companies don't want to touch this car. They hear Type R and they're just, whoa, we're not touching that car. I've had to shop around many insurance companies to get a half-decent quote for this car. And the best I could do was around €750 for the year. It's just a crazy amount of money. You'd swear it was a Nissan GTR, you know, for a little 2-litre. Like, it's just far too much money to pay. So that is the couple of issues: insurance, tax. And tax is killing the second-hand market in Ireland anyway. All 2-litre, 3-litre, 4-litre cars, they're all leaving the country because nobody wants to pay the tax on them. It's just too much money to pay, especially for cars 2008 and older. That tax band is just crazy. Another issue I had with the car was sticking brakes. The calipers were sticking the pads onto the disc, and the disc was getting red hot. And of course, foolishly one day, I stuck my finger in just to see how hot it was. Yeah, and nearly burnt the top of my finger. So word of warning, don't do that. But I had the caliper changed. That was about €360 for a new brake caliper. And of course I had to have the discs changed also. They're about €56 per disc and €70 for a set of pads. So that is some of the issues I've had with the car. Oh, and a leaking boot. Leaking boots wreck my head. I've had a couple of leaking boots in cars in the past, but I'll just show you where eventually we found the leak in this boot. And you see where the roof joins the side of the car? There's a join there. That rubber on that join, they put rubber seal in there, and that eventually fixed the leaking boot. But that was after the third visit. The first visit we thought it was the rubber all around the edge here, and that's €100. On the second visit we found that it was a leak inside in this window. So that window there had to be all resealed. So eventually we found the leak, and it was on the join on the roof. So that was just another issue with the car. Other issues are the gears. When you're putting the car into reverse, sometimes it can be a bit sticky, so the gear linkage needs to be re-greased if you ever have that problem. Sometimes it can happen, but it's not too much of a big deal. I did have an issue with the air conditioning. That was only a small fix. I think it was just a relay or a fuse, because I did have the system completely regassed when I bought the car. I bought the car about 2.5 years ago, and I've clocked up about 40,000 kilometers. So I wouldn't be doing a hell of a lot of mileage each year in my car. But that is just some of the issues I had with the car so far. Engine wise, it's going like a bomb. It's just no issues at all. So we'll just hop inside now, take it for a spin and talk some more. And also another issue with the car, guys, the seat. If you put anything in the back here and you move this seat and you put it back, it doesn't go back into the same position you had it at. So when you hop back in, you have to continuously readjust your seat back. So just another issue. And of course, that annoying beep. But we'll crack on and hit the road. And off we go. So of course I touched upon the suspension in the last video, which is very hard. So if you're looking for a comfortable car, this is definitely not the car for you. It can be very hard over rough surfaces, but the gearbox is fantastic. Nice, slick, quick gear changes. And I'm just going to get it up to motorway speed and just let you hear how loud it is at motorway speed, because it can be quite loud, revving in at over 3,500 RPM. But still a nice sound from the engine. So the grip is still quite good in the car, even though we do have a lot of salt on the roads, because the winter time is setting in pretty hard. Pretty chilly today. It's about 7 degrees, so not too bad. So fuel consumption wise, you can definitely expect around 30 miles per gallon. That is the average. I've often got it up to 32 miles per gallon. So on a long run, you can get more miles for your gallon. So we're just up to motorway speed now. Set our cruise control on. Set it at 120 kilometers. And we are revving in at 3,000 650, around that on the gauge. So we're just cruising here at 120 kilometers. And I did change the tires recently. Oh, we have an old bus there on the other side of the motorway. But yeah, so you can get quite good miles per gallon if you're on a long run. We're just going to pull in off the motorway here for a minute and turn around. I did have the tires changed recently, which were 120 euro, just over 120 euro per tire. Bridgestone Potenza tires are what I had fitted. There was optional 19-inch wheels for this car when it was new, and they would have been sitting on Yokohama tires, but I couldn't imagine going 19-inch. They're just far too big. The suspension is already so hard as it is. I just couldn't imagine putting 19-inch wheels on the car. But if you are somebody with this car with 19 inches, maybe you should let me know what you think of them. So, nearly 8,000 RPM there, guys. But I do really love the way that this engine revs. It just, as I said before, loves to be revved. Up to 8,000 RPM, no issues at all. One of the great characteristics of this engine that sadly had to be cease production in 2010, was it? I think 2010. This engine had to see its end because of emissions. So I touched upon all those issues in the last video, and I leave a link to that at the end of this video. But that is how this car cruises and what you can expect miles per gallon. So we done the 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in the last video, and don't be expecting earth-shattering performance from this engine, because it won't give it to you. So we'll just pull back in here now and sum up the video for today. So that was just a short spin in the car today to update you on this stereo here and just to talk a little bit more about the car. But I'm just over the moon with the new stereo here and all its functions. The AVH 280BT is the model. Just one more thing I want to point out about the car. It is equipped with automatic windscreen wipers. So if it's raining and this sensor on the windscreen, rain falls on that, the wipers come on automatically. A very nice feature to have, but it does have its drawbacks. During the winter time, if there's frost and ice on the windscreen and you have it in the auto position and you hop in the morning, turn the key, they're going to come on and you could do damage. So just something to take note of if you're buying this particular model with the automatic windscreen wipers. So that is where I'm going to leave you all today. If you're looking for more information on the car, I have a video up which I done around the Ring of Kerry. Very nice day I had down there, and a strange encounter with a stag even. So you can check that video out here, and that's where I will leave you all today. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will talk to you all again in the next video. Looking forward to it. Cheers.